Pastor Jameliah Gooden is the pastor of Unity Church, Charlotte, North Carolina. She's an international speaker for women's empowerment, teen and youth mentoring, and she's also the author of the impactful book, The Death of the Angry Black Woman. I am so honored to have Pastor Jameliah with us on the show today, and I hear you were recently married.
Absolutely, I am. Thank you.
So tell me, what was getting married during this time like?
During COVID, it was very stressful. The marriage wasn't stressful. It was getting married during COVID and had to cut your list down.
So what kind of changes did you have to make during the wedding?
Well, when you have a wedding and it's 6 feet social distancing, and you have people that come from all over the world, and then you have people who RSVP and did not RSVP and bring a bunch of guests with you, it makes your guest list shorten within 45 minutes. So what we had to do is we had to cut down our guest list right away. But they understood. COVID makes people understand, especially when you have to, make sure.
COVID is, that's what we're talking a lot about COVID during this show. But let me start with your book. How did your book happen? Did you sit down in a rage and start putting your thoughts down, or was this a process that you went through and the book part of that process?
The book was a process. It was a process, and me being a pastor or even a motivational speaker, I deal with women all over the world. And I deal with women who unfortunately have anger issues. But the problem that I was seeing is we as Black women, we wore the label that was unfair. And so I decided to do something about the stereotype.
Well, what is anger? What caused your anger?
I think anger, of course, everyone knows that anger is a response towards your pain. And so everyone has anger. But the problem that we have is the response towards what you're feeling should not be lashing out. It should not be displayed with violence. It should not be displayed with you spewing out, hateful slurs and rhetoric. Everybody's angry. I was angry at the nail salon today. However, I got my nails done and I got over it. But the problem we have with anger is, why is it that we as African-American women, we get to wear the label where the Spanish woman is fiery, but we get angry?
So with that knowledge, and that makes all the sense in the world, how do you counsel people to make changes and to realize that and then to change their lives, basically?
You have to find out what is the root. The root, the tree, the seed, something derived from your pain. What caused you? You may find out, me being a Black woman and me talking to one of my beautiful Caucasian friends, I was molested and she was molested. But why is it that I am angry and she's not? Both of us have gotten counseling, and we found out that we have a common denominator. The woven thread is the anger. And so you got to find out what you're so mad about, sugar. But you don't take it out on someone because it was not their fault. That's what we got to deal with.
So what do you do with the anger?
Once you identify the cause of your anger, the next step that you do is you deal with it. You face it. You don't brush it under the rug, because eventually you're going to pop. What you do with that anger is you get yourself to the place where you say, I am going to do something about it, because I can't make someone pay for something they were not responsible for. So accountability is key. It's key. You got to be accountable. I've got to fix this, but I can't take it out on someone that was not a part of my life back then, because the core came from childhood. The core came from something happened that the person that took your parking spot had nothing to do with it.
And you know what? This transcends race. And, to take for what you said and then to look at people all throughout the society today, and then to look at what we're going through with COVID, it's crazy. So we only have a few seconds left. What are some lasting thoughts you can give us?
I think a lot of people, of course, with COVID, and I say this, there is never going to be the normal. After COVID-19, we have to adjust to the new normal. The new normal is senses are heightened. People are sensitive. The new normal is you have to mask up. The new normal is I can't touch you. You got to go without hugs now. Hugs make the world go round, right? And so now what we've got to do, we've got to reprocess how we think. And we've got to guard ourselves by understanding that there are rules and regulations now, and we've got to follow them.
So where can our viewers learn more about you? Because what you're saying really hits home for for everybody listening?
You can go to www.carchronicles.org, or you can go to amazon.com and buy the book. But I honestly am going to say that I don't care what color you are. Everybody has anger, because the woven thread is that emotion. Everyone should read the book because it'll tell you, get to the root of why you're angry and deal with it.